You're welcome back. It is News Now, reaching you live from the studios of iBrandTV, Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Uchechukwu Onodu. The National Association of Resident Doctors have declared a total and indefinite strike action. The association released this in a communique issued on Tuesday. The resident doctors listed their demand to include the immediate payment of the 2023 MRTF, the immediate release of their circular on 1-for-1 replacement, and the payment of skipping arrears. The list also noted that the upward review of CONMES in line with full salary restoration in the 2014 value of CONMES, the payment of the arrears of consequential adjustment of wage to the omitted doctors, and the reversal of the downgrading of the membership certificate by Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, among others. The strike comes after the association on July 5th issued a 2-week ultimatum to the federal government for the implementation of all its demands. The Nigeria Labour Congress has put plans in place for a nationwide strike scheduled to begin August 2nd, 2023. Though a court order which barred the Congress from going on strike in June still stands, the Congress noted that it could not fold its arms while Nigerians continued to suffer the effects of subsidy removal, which has led to untold hardship. The government dragged the organized labor to court earlier in June to prevent a nationwide strike following the initial removal of the subsidy on premium motor spirit. Though the government set up a committee to liaise with organized labor, officials of the Trade Union Congress and the NLC said the committee had failed to engage labor in a dialogue. Speaking on the issue, the National Treasurer of the NLC, Hakeem Ambali, said they have issued a 7-day ultimatum to the federal government to conclude all negotiations with labor or face industrial action. The ruling All Progressives Congress has called on the Department of State Services and other security agencies in the country to investigate the veracity of the claim made by the opposition People's Democratic Party that it foiled an alleged attack on its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. The appeal is coming barely 24 hours after the spokesman for the PDP, Debo Ologunagba, raised an alarm that the Adamawa residence of Atiku was invaded by gunmen suspected to be members of Boko Haram. Ologunagba stated that the alleged sponsored attack was, however, foiled by men of the Adamawa State Police Command. A suspect, Jubrila Mohammed, was arrested in connection with the attack in the early hours of Sunday. The PDP spokesman also wondered if the attack had any link with the ruling APC, which he accused of allegedly threatening to cause chaos if the outcome of the ongoing election tribunal did not go its way. Reacting in a statement issued on Tuesday night, the National Publicity Secretary of the APC, Felix Morka, described the allegation as a continuation of the PDP's vacuous and mindless campaign of calumny. The Nigerian Bar Association has described Tuesday's scuffle between operatives of the Department of State Services and officers of the Nigerian Correctional Service over the custody of the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. In a statement on Wednesday, the president of the association, Yakubu Meikeu, called on the two agencies to take immediate disciplinary measures against the officers involved in the disgraceful conduct. He said the altercation between officers of the two government agencies on the premises of the Federal High Court in Lagos is a recipe for anarchy and chaos. He also described their action as a brazen disrespect for the sanctity of the court premises. The DSS and prison officials caused a stir on Tuesday when they clashed on the court premises over the agency to take custody of the suspended and embattled Apex Bank chief after Justice Nicholas Owebo admitted Emefiele to bail in the sum of 20 million naira. The judge also ordered that Emefiele be remanded at the correctional center pending the fulfillment of the bail conditions. And the head of civil service of the Federation, Folashade Yemi Eson, yesterday said that a total of 1,618 civil servants with fake employment letters were uncovered by the government. She also noted that the government was working towards an upward review of the duty tour allowances of civil servants. Speaking with selected journalists in Abuja ahead of the 2023 Civil Service Week, she noted that a committee was working towards salary harmonization in the civil service. And mixed reactions have continued to trail the proposed mass burial of 103 bodies by the Lagos state government. An NSAS protesters' lawyer, Ayo Ademiluyi, has demanded investigation into what led to the death of the 103 bodies, alleging that they were victims of the NSAS protest.
Tens of thousands of young Nigerians took to the street on Thursday, 8th of October 2020, to protest against police brutality after a video went viral of a man allegedly killed by the non-disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS, speaking what became known as the NSAS demonstrations. After 3 years, Lagos state government on Sunday confirmed that it has prepared the bodies of 103 recovered across the state. Reacting to the decaution of Lagos state government, a leading public interest lawyer, a member of NSAS Lagos State Judicial Panel, and other SARS-related abuses, Ayo Ademiluyi, said there are indications that the bodies are victims of the NSAS protest. The legal practitioner called on the state government to put an end to the planned mass burial and called on the Lagos State Chief Judge to set up a coroner inquest panel to look into the matter.
It was clear by the 20th of October something is about to give, and that what really happened in the sense that there was an attack on NSAS protesters at the epicenter of that mass movement, which was at the Lekki toll gate, which we all refer to now as the Lekki massacre. At that particular time, we even had more involvement and touch with the NSAS protesters on the mainland, what we call the mainland massacre. That is what Lagos State government has even come to admit today. But because of the fact that the Lekki toll gate was the cynosure of global attention, it was the where all the cameras were and all that, and then it was where you really had a concentration of thousands of these protesters, as it were. It was all the attention was on the Lekki toll gate massacre.
A human rights activist, Alex Omotense, while reacting to the issue, said he is not convinced that the bodies were victims of NSAS, as it was only normal for government to decongest the morgue after a period of time.
When you don't do things the right way, most definitely you got the wrong answer. I think it served governments very well. Yeah, there must be a public notice, an ultimatum given to the whoever that the relatives that go and check. This is our planned action to do something. So yes, I don't know why they are rushing, and that is why people were able to come up and say it was because the cause were part of the victims of NSAS protest. So since the government have failed to do the right thing, most definitely they should be ready to bear the brunt.
The Lagos State Ministry of Health, in a recent statement, has said that the 103 bodies were not victims of the 2020 NSAS protest, but were bodies recovered from different areas across the state. Omolara Adebayo, reporting for iBrandTV News.